Welcome into Paul Catalina's Top 5 presented by Texas Beef House. Go to betonbeef.com. Use our promo code 365sports. These are my top 5 keys to a Notre Dame victory. And if you're wondering, Paul, are you going to do Ohio State? No. Ohio State has one key to victory. Be Ohio State. That's all they have to do. Just be Ohio State. Notre Dame, on the other hand, with the lack of depth, with the injuries that they have, they're going to have to maximize some opportunities. Not that Ohio State doesn't have to, but a little bit different for the Fighting Irish. Let's go to the 5. Keep it close. Notre Dame's been able to do this throughout the postseason. If they keep it close, they can lay in wait and wait for that opportunity for Ohio State to make a mistake. They did it with Penn State. They did it with Georgia. They just kept it close, and then at the opportune moment, they struck, and then they created some distance. That's what Notre Dame does. Now, look, they didn't create any distance between Penn State. That one was back and forth. But as long as it's close, with the way that defense plays, this game will be very interesting, and Notre Dame will be just lurking right there like a snake in the shadows, just waiting to pounce on that poor little mouse. And yes, I do realize that Ohio State is one big, poor little mouse. Make a big special teams play, or hope that Ohio State does this that we saw in the 1993 Classic, Little Giants, with Rick Moranis and Ed O'Neill. Anyway, make a big special teams play. Return, block, kick. Look, one of their biggest plays of the entire thing was a special teams play in which they ran the punt team on and ran them off and made Georgia burn. Well, they thought they were going to make them burn a timeout. Then they got to delay a game and a first down. Those are the kind of things that are going to have to do to Ryan Day to make this thing really interesting. Big special teams play. And Notre Dame has really, really good special teams. They've been able to block kicks. They've been able to return kicks. They've been able to kind of befuddle the opponent all year long. And Jeter is back. Mitch Jeter is back and healthy, and their field goal kicking problems are solved. Number 3, get Jaden Greathouse the ball. They don't really have a true number 1 receiver at Notre Dame because they don't really throw the ball all that prolifically. They're not bad at it. It's just not really what they do. But this guy, as we saw in the Penn State game, has really amazing ability. And if you get him the ball in space, he can make things happen. If you give him the ball 3 to 4 times, I'm not saying target him 20 times like he's Jeremiyah Smith or something, but get him the ball, let him move in space, let him use his big-time athleticism. He's a guy who matches up athletically really well with Ohio State. Get him the ball, see what happens. Number 2, maximize Jeremiyah Love. He is not 100%. You are not keeping him off the field, so make sure that when he's in the game, you maximize those plays. Get the most you can out of him, whether it is carrying the ball or as a decoy. He is the heart of that offense, even more than Riley Leonard, because of the way he's gritted out and toughed it out the last 2 months of the season, playing on that really bum knee. Jeremiyah Love is the spark plug to the offense. Maximize the time you have out there with him, and then let the other running backs pick up the slack like you've been doing. And number 1, Riley Leonard needs to be peak Riley Leonard. What I mean by peak Riley Leonard, doesn't matter what happens at any point in the game. The next series is the next series. Whether they scored, whether they punted, whether they turned the ball over. Riley Leonard is a master at the next series is the next series. That's what he does so well. Plus, he's tougher than a box of nails. He is just that guy. And when it comes down to it, you want this dude in your foxhole. That's a lot of metaphors all in a row. I realize that. It's almost the weekend. But if Riley Leonard is peak Riley Leonard, Notre Dame is probably going to win this game. That's going to do it for the top 5. That's going to do it for the show. Have a great one, everybody.